Here you can see the dead man making his way into the venue here in Dallas, Texas. He goes 1-1 against Hangman Page. Flair. Oh my god, Obafemi's ambushed the Undertaker just before his main event match tonight. Wait, no. Don't do anything for... Oh my god, no. He's doing the exact same thing he did last week. Please don't do it. Holy shit, onto the fucking steel post. Will the dead man be cleared to compete? Well, shit, that's one way to start the show. We hope Taker is recovering right now because he's got a match later tonight against Hangman Adam Page in the main event. Well, we'd like to say welcome to another edition of Crossycard. My name is Crossy, your main man on the mic, and before we run down the card, we gotta address something real quick. Renovations are currently being done to the Crossfire Zone in New York City, so for the time being, we're going on the road for a bit. Our first stop is the Bomb Factory in Dallas, Texas, and just to be clear, no actual bombs are being made here, it's just the name of the venue. We have an amazing show for you guys tonight, befitting of the state of Texas, so without further ado, let's run down the card. The new tag team champions, Dave and Fraxiom are in action tonight, going up against the debuting 3-minute warning, the team of Jamal and Rosie. Will Fraxiom conquer their first major test as champions? Then Asuka looks to maintain a possible winning streak here in this company as Asuka goes one-on-one against the Toxic Spider Tekla in a dream match for women's wrestling. Who will come out on top? We'll find out. And then we got, okay, listen, I'm not fucking reading this. You're not gonna get me to read this match. We're just gonna see how it is. Okay, fine, you know what? Screw it. Kermit the Frog goes up against Jim Ross in a first-of-its-kind Shark Tank match. You guys happy now? Alright, something normal for once. Becky Lynch returns to action. The world champion goes one-on-one against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Can Becky Lynch score her first victory in non-title action, or will the Queen make her go 0 for 2? And then we got an open challenge, ladies and gentlemen. After Jordynne Grace retained her United States Championship against Brock Lesnar, she is looking to defend this championship against anybody in the roster. Who will answer it? We'll find out. And then in our main event tonight, we have the Hangman going up against the Dead Man. The Undertaker makes his crossycard wrestling debut going up against Hangman Adam Page. And this match has some historical significance, but we'll talk about that later. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to kick us off here tonight, after suffering a brutal loss at the hands of Sheamus in a no disqualification match, one of the matches of the year, Rusev is looking to get a major rebound, going one-on-one tonight against local talent Cole Quinn, and that match is now. Oh shit, it's Sheamus! Hello? Is he coming out? Okay, I guess we're gonna go back to the match. Cole Quinn forearm, into the cover. 1. Holy shit! Cole Quinn has made the biggest upset in the history of this promotion. Rusev was distracted by the music of Sheamus. He didn't have enough time to focus on his opponent, Cole Quinn, and now here he is standing tall. Okay, I guess that's one of the best ways we can start a wrestling show. Congratulations to Cole Quinn. That's right, Cole Quinn on the monumental upset over the Bulgarian brute Rusev. I think we need to take a bit of a commercial break to recover from that, but stay tuned, you know we'll have some matches coming your way afterwards.
Lynch. You might think being a world-class figure skater is the most important thing in Janet Lynn's life, but it isn't. Listen.
The most important thing in my life is my personal relationship with God. I love the freedom and expression skating allows, but I also have the same problems as any other woman with a family. So I turn to God every day for help. You can too, and this new paperback book can help you do it. Power for Living will give you hope and courage and start you on the way to a personal relationship with God.
Power for Living will help you meet your problems and challenges. To get your free copy by mail, call this toll-free number now. There's no obligation. No one will visit or call.
Power for Living worked for me. Try it.
The book and the call are free. So call this toll-free number now.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 336 pounds, the tag team champions, Fraxiom and Nathan Frazier. Fraxiom! And their opponents, at a combined weight of 770 pounds, Rosie and Jamal. 3-minute warning. Fraxiom and Nathan Frazier. Fraxiom!
Okay, congratulations to Fraxiom on beating the 3-minute warning in what could be one of our best tag team matches that we've seen this year. Well, folks, it's time for us to take a commercial break yet again, but stick around. We'll be right back with Asuka going one-on-one against the Toxic Spider Tekla. Don't miss it!
I was overweight and looked terrible, but AIDS helped me lose 46 pounds.
The AIDS diet plan helped me lose 28 pounds.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me to lose 18 pounds, and it doesn't contain anything to make me nervous.
Question, why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight without making you jittery.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan, Asuka! And her opponent from Vienna, Austria,
Congratulations to Asuka on improving to 2-0 with the win over the Toxic Spider, Tekla. Well, folks, we're going to actually skip the commercial break for this one so that we may bring you a history-making match. And I can't believe that this is actually on our card. But we got Kermit the Frog making his crossycard debut, going one-on-one against good old Jim Ross, also making his debut in a Shark Tank match, making its debut on a crossycard. This one's gonna have full commentary from yours truly. Oh, and I have a bit of a special guest with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you for the introduction. I am Jesse the Body Ventura, and I am here alongside this man to bring you a Battle of Titans.
Now wait just a minute. This is anything but a Battle of Titans. Come on, Jesse.
What? You got Kermit the Frog over here dressed to fight, might I add.
Kermit's out here dressed like he came out of pouring rain, Ventura.
Crossy, the only thing pouring will be the blood of Jim Ross after Kermit kicks his Sooner ass back to Oklahoma. Besides, this match is a complete advantage for Kermit as he is a frog, and frogs live in water.
Listen, frogs live in land, and besides, this match may have an advantage to Kermit, but I actually have this man winning.
You mean to tell me you have Jim Ross winning over the literal frog?
Yes, Jesse, that is exactly what I'm telling you. I believe that Jim Ross can beat Kermit the Frog in a match that you believe 100% that Kermit has the advantage in.
You want to bet money on that?
You know what? Fuck it. I will give you $500 if Kermit wins. But if Jim wins, you have to give me $500.
We have a deal.
And thanks for the handshake, ladies and gentlemen. You have just witnessed the easiest $500 a man can make.
Don't get too cocky now, Crossy. Maybe Kermit might shock the world.
Listen, this isn't me being cocky. This is me speaking facts like you've done in the past. Jim Ross has experienced wrestling matches before. He's been inside a wrestling ring before and fought against actual wrestlers. So I believe Kermit the Frog isn't at the advantage here, but the advantage does in fact go to the veteran Jim Ross.
The man who right now can't seem to climb a cage.
Listen, Ventura, this is his first cage match. He's got to figure out what he's working with. Give the man some slack. As he finally gets inside the ring, and we will be getting our match done shortly. What the fuck? Kermit the Frog is a drug addict? Is this why you think he has the advantage in this match, Jesse?
Hey, I didn't know Kermit used uncontrolled substances.
Well, now it's out, buddy. It's basically a guarantee that Kermit's gonna be suspended after this. And you know what? Good on JR for calling it out.
Didn't I see you use a weed pen earlier today?
Listen, Jesse, you must be confusing me for someone else. I would never use a weed pen, man.
I literally saw you outside using it, Crossy.
Anyways, let's get to the match.
Your silence spoke volumes.
Shut the fuck up, Jesse. Good snapmare from Jim Ross to Kermit the Frog. Whoa, leapfrog over the frog. And Kermit the Frog is getting the shit beaten out of him by... Oh, never mind. Kermit the Frog is now taking the advantage over Jim Ross. Switch around, sends him to the ropes. And... nothing happens. What the fuck? Kermit the Frog can do that?
Of course he can. He's a frog.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Jesse Ventura. Oh shit, they're hammering away at each other, Ventura. Who's gonna take the advantage? Jim Ross wins the advantage, and Kermit the Frog is absolutely getting the shit beaten out of him. What is that referee doing? Oh my fucking god! The referee just fell off the fucking cage! And I think he might have also broken his back.
Why do you not feel bad for him? He has a family.
Oh, I needed that. Okay, listen, Jesse, let me lay it down to you like this. Some people have souls, and some people just, well, don't.
Are you saying you don't have a soul, Crossy?
Listen, I'm not saying that I specifically don't have a soul. Obviously I have a soul. That's why people like me.
Well, if you don't have a soul, you aren't human.
Damn, that's deep. Kermit the Frog is getting the shit beaten out of him still, but Kermit the Frog, I think, is starting to make a small comeback here.
Believe it or not, I actually have advice for you, Crossy.
Advice? Well, okay, after you said what you said just a few seconds ago, sure, just what's your advice?
Whenever you feel oppressed in your place of work, gather up a good amount of people and start a union.
That's a solid piece of advice, as JR is actually making Kermit the Frog try and quit. Elbows to the back of the head, that'll surely hurt him. But, yeah, that's actually some solid advice. I'll consider that. Jesse, wait, small package into the cover. And a kick out at one and a kip up from Kermit the Frog. Kermit is, oh my god, Beal toss. The referee is still injured. I don't know why he did what he did with the cage. And a kick from Kermit the Frog. And the referee's back down. And a headlock from Jim Ross, beating the hell out of Kermit mid-submission. He's still got it cinched in, but Kermit finds a way out. What the fuck? He just tossed him over himself. Suplex from Kermit? Kermit the Frog is... Wait, he's got a microphone. He's gonna make him say, I quit. He's gonna make him say Sesame Street's better than Oklahoma. He's choking out Jim Ross. Snapmare from Jim Ross. Kick to the gut. And a headlock takeover from Kermit the Frog, giving Jim Ross a taste of his medicine, hitting him with the mic. He's calling him a bitch. Now he's dragging him to the ropes and now trying to bang his head onto the mat. Working the gut of Jim Ross. Will he quit? Yeah, I honestly do feel for the ref. Kermit the Frog's choking him out again. Will JR tap out? Headlock takeover from Jim Ross. He got out of it. And now Jim Ross is hammering away the blows at Jim. Oh my god, neckbreaker from Kermit the Frog into the cover. The referee hobbling over there as he's injured. Damn it!
I told you Kermit would win.
He was literally on drugs before the match.
A bet is a bet, Crossy. Drugs or not.
Fine. Here you go. Here's your 500. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the World of Wrestling Empire. We're going to try and get the water cleared out before we make the jump back to 2K26. So we will be taking a commercial break. Stay tuned. We got the World Champion in action next.
Get a telephone for Christmas! It's Crazy Eddie's greatest Christmas sale ever! And Crazy Eddie's going telephone crazy for Christmas with the absolute lowest prices anywhere on telephones and telephone equipment. Shop around, get the best prices you can find on telephones. Then go to Crazy Eddie and he'll beat them. Telephone answering machines, automatic dialers, and cordless phones too. Crazy Eddie's going telephone crazy for Christmas. See Crazy Eddie now during his greatest Christmas sale ever. Crazy Eddie, his Christmas sale prices are insane.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, the World Champion of Man, Becky Lynch. And her opponent from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Okay, the last time we had the phone go off, my lifeless friend. Let's see who it is. Hello?
You know exactly who this is.
I unfortunately do. What do you want, Steve?
What I want to know is why on the show in my home state of Texas am I not on?
I'm going to give you the same exact answer that I gave you the last time you called in. The show was booked in advance.
It was a rhetorical question, jackass. That problem has already been solved because I'm right outside the venue.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. I'm outside the damn venue. I'll be seeing you real soon. Oh, and one more thing. I'm calling out Becky Lynch for a world title match next week.
Okay. I guess we'll have to wait and see what Becky says after this, but it appears that Stone Cold will be appearing here in Texas tonight. Statement made. Congratulations to the world champion Becky Lynch on getting the win over the Queen Charlotte Flair. But now she has a rattlesnake problem in the form of Stone Cold Steve Austin. She has just been informed of the challenge laid by Stone Cold for a world championship match next week, and only time will tell if she'll... Okay, I have received word from her herself that she will be accepting that match for next week. So next week we will have Becky Lynch defending the World Championship against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, and speak of the devil.
And his opponent, representing the New Day, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 205 pounds,
congratulations to Stone Cold Steve Austin on getting the win over Xavier Woods. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here on the commercial side of things, because we fulfilled all of our commercial agreements for tonight. Way to go for us. So the last 2 matches on our show are fully commercial free. And our commercial free matches start with the United States Open Challenge. Jordynne Grace defends the United States Championship next.
The following contest is an open challenge and is for the United States Championship. Introducing the challenger from Queens, New York, Zelina Vega. And her opponent from Austin, Texas, the United States Champion, Jordynne Grace.
Shock and awe in Dallas, Texas. Congratulations to Selena Vega on defeating Jordynne Grace to become the new United States champion. Well, folks, it's time for our last match of the night. The Hangman versus the Deadman. The Undertaker makes his crossycard wrestling debut, going one-on-one against Hangman Adam Page. We don't know if Undertaker's at 100% after the blindside attack earlier today by Obafemi, but he is adamant on competing in the main event tonight. Oh, and in a first for wrestling, in cooperation with IMAX Corporation, this match is the very first one in the history of professional wrestling to be shot on IMAX film cameras. So this match, ladies and gentlemen, is the first of its kind to be presented in IMAX.
The follower is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Death Valley, weighing in at 309 pounds, The Undertaker! And his opponent from Virginia, weighing in at 229 pounds, Adam Page!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we can all agree on one thing, that Undertaker, despite his best efforts tonight to fight, wasn't at 100% because of the earlier attack by Obafemi before the show. But nonetheless, congratulations to Hangman Adam Page on one of the biggest wins in his career in this company. Well, that is actually going to do it for us here in Dallas, Texas for this week. We're going to be heading back on the road again. This time we'll be stopping off in Memphis, Tennessee. Why? I almost said Nashville, Tennessee. We're stopping in Memphis, Tennessee for yet another stacked show. And speaking of that show, we got the rundown for you right here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as some wrestling promotions like to stay with the basics, we here like to evolve with anything that we do, whether it be presentation or anything. Well, that's going to do it for us here for tonight in Dallas, Texas. We had a fun time here, and we hope you guys had a fun time watching the matches. We hope you guys liked them, and well, we'll be back next week. So, on behalf of the entire crew and staff behind the scenes that are packing up and getting ready for a trip to Memphis, Tennessee, and on behalf of this beautiful crowd in the great state of Texas, this is Crossy signing off for Crossycard. We'll be back next week on Friday at our usual time. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.